Hi, Cody Burkhart from NASA. You've worked for NASA as well as with elite athletes. How come, and what can sport learn from space?
I think the biggest piece that can be extracted is just this human-centric, right? When we look at technologies or practices or purposes, we really have to keep that pink squishy human inside the vessel very, very safe. And that's really the same drawing effect that we have for sport, right? Is that I want to be able to be in a position where the human beings, not only on the field, but the supporting fans, right? And then the children who are watching it all have this kind of human-centric vibe. And I think that's easy to kind of disassociate with, right? When you think about space and go, oh, it's so esoteric and so strange. But I'm still that same human. I've just now changed my environment in a unique way. So just in the same way that a player flies across the country and must perform that day, right? I'm launching to space and I must perform that next day in the same context. So I think there's just this still core human element that's mandatory between both of them that we can leverage in sports.
Great. How do you see the role of innovative technology in contributing to sustainable futures on Earth as well as in space?
I love this question. I think that from a perspective of innovation, right, the way I like to define it is trying to prevent stagnation, which is typically drawn by infinite resource demands over very small timelines. And so as we start to walk ourselves into an innovation mindset, we're really just asking the question of how do I look at problems and challenges in unique ways? How do I reshape or refocus how I've come into my own problem with the knowledge that I have, and then also operate with different lenses, right? So innovation as a whole is not just a nature of how much do I want to solve something, as much as I'm asking, how can I create something that is a good tool for now, and a good tool for 5 years from now, and a good tool for 10 years from now? And so along that sustainability arc, especially with these new exponential technologies, we're not capable of looking at a linear line anymore. We've got to look at this swooping arc. And so it becomes almost a requirement to be a futurist to be able to predict sustainability. I have to predict farther up on this tool path, because if I just keep with the same normal scenario, while I may still be off and wrong about where technology is, there's a huge delta gap between those 2 points. And that's really what we're trying to shore up with respect to sustainability, right? Is how can I make sense of the tools I need now in articulate ways that will modulate and grow with the human, and therefore have that long-term effect of work.
Exactly. And I think it's your first time at this spot, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What are you looking forward most?
Honestly, I've already gotten a lot of these experiences, which is just being able to, again, talk with folks who I've never seen from their lens. Every single day that I go into my lab, right, we have this nice, unique place where interns come in these kind of 3 different semesters, and we get this whole new wrap of ideas and thoughts and processes. And while that's really cool and really expressive with respect to space, we're always talking about space, right? We're always talking about humans in space. And so being able to get these new insights from different people and for them to challenge some of the things that we're going after really forces us to evolve beyond where we were before. And to my point, right, like every single day is hypercritical to the future of every other day. And we don't want to replace any of those. So every day that I've had in my life has led me up to a moment like this where I can have these opportunities, and so too for everyone else. And I'm just really interested in that unique collision moment where we converge on conversation, and then I can take that and now diverge with it after I leave in order to try and share some of those learnings with the rest of the group.